Welcome, welcome in. How are we doing today? Get this audio adjusted for us. Wilson says, yay! Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. I guess I kind of dropped the ball. We didn't plan to do anything for St. Patty's Day today, but whatever. We're gonna have a delicious roast dinner instead. Bonk, thanks for being first. Same with Kimmers, as always. Hope you guys are having a good week. End of the weekend already. That's how fast time goes always. Torino, thank you very much. Pre-stream, subscribing 46 months in a row, dude. That's unreal. 2 more months and we're at 4 years. Like how? How, right? Hi, yet it is. And thank you for the follow as well, Gold Mouth Dog. Hello, Samovar. Okay, guys, so Sundays are always a good day to make some roast dinner. I would say that's like a pretty traditional thing for Sundays, depending on where you are in the world. I would say like the area that always does a roast dinner on Sundays is mostly the UK. I would say here in North America, we save more of our like roast dinners for our special occasions. But we picked up this turkey for free from the store. So it's like, well, we can't really pass that up. So sometimes at our grocery store, they do like with your certain amount of grocery store points when you scan your card, they'll do a free turkey. I think the turkey was, how many points was it? 18,000 points only for a 5-kilogram turkey. So like a 12-pound turkey. So we walked out of this store with like this huge ass turkey in our shopping bag and like a couple other things, and the bill was $7. I was like, I feel like I'm stealing food right now. This is unreal. So yeah, we picked that up. And I'm actually really excited to make this. I haven't had a turkey dinner in a while. And for the side dishes, we just chose our favorite things to have with it. And then we're gonna pack this up and bring it over to my grandma after stream. Is it a whole turkey or half turkey? So it was a whole turkey, Kimmers. Also, hi Mish. Welcome. Same with Wilson. Welcome in. And 4:20 a.m. radio. Did I ask you the Ben and Jerry's question before? I think you did, yeah. So yeah, it was a whole turkey, and yesterday I just butchered it because it's hard to like fit a massive turkey in a small little fridge like this. So today we'll cook one of the breasts and one of the legs, and actually just before stream I finished the broth or the stock from all of the bones, and now it's all strained and just cooling in the back there. And then we also have some more duck confit going for Sam and myself today. Feta mashed potatoes. Has anyone ever made that? But brie mashed potatoes are seriously life-changing, you guys. If you've never had them and you love cheese, you have to try it. I think this is my favorite way to have turkey dinner. Make your own mashed potatoes with your own feta. Do I remember what the answer was? I don't know if I remember the answer. Stop bothering me, you butthead. Why did they say sorry to bother you when they know that they are being a bother? Like, as a Canadian who's actually always sorry, don't do that. Got him, Mish, yeah. Okay, let's make a little prep list-aroo. I almost said plep list. And away we go. That's a new thing now with the bots. I guess they're trying to be polite. Oh, I have one more thing to show you guys before we start. I cut my hair yesterday. You can't really tell it yet, but look. I just like chopped it off with the kitchen shears. At first, Sam was scared.
Selling locks.
It feels amazing. It feels amazing. No, we're not, you weirdo. What a freaking weirdo. Donating, that was my plan. It ended up not being as much like in the ponytail to donate as I wanted. But holy shit, hey? Bonk will buy my hair. I don't think he's weird like that, but I guess if you want to, sure. Okay, so I'll put it up in the pony and away we go. Wait, we're on? You didn't get an alert. Hi, Scoots. Okay, so this is a nice time to tell everyone to go to their notifications for my stream and click it on and off. And maybe that will reset it so that Twitch will send you the notification if you have them turned on. What if you need hair somewhere else? I was gonna like braid it into Sam's beard. 5 minutes in and stream's completely off the rails, Blood Oak says. I mean, that's pretty accurate. I've been seeing you guys all weekend. Sam's just like loving it. I haven't heard him laugh like this in a long time. What's everyone else getting up to today? St. Patrick's festivities or not really? Sambo's gonna... Whoa, you're cutting the pineapple right now?
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna cut the pineapple right now, I suppose. We bought this massive pineapple, by the way. It's like, that's the stem and that's the rest of the pineapple? He's gonna be our prepper man while we make our prep list and stuff. Anyways, you come in, all you see is bouncy hair Scoots and talking about it in other places. Yep. Torino, I'm glad you're enjoying this. Made a pot of chili for lunch? Yes, please. I'm just gonna open the window because it's really nice out today. Chili's delicious. Okay, so first things first for our turkey. I mean, the meat is usually the thing that takes the longest, right? If you're gonna do a roast dinner. So I always put that first on the list. So we'll say roast turkey. I linked a recipe for a spatchcocked turkey for you guys today because I thought that would be the most similar to how we're going to roast our turkey rather than it being in its whole form of bird. So we'll follow that as closely as we can. So first thing we got to do is season the turkey. What are we choosing for oven temps today, Sambo? Probably like just a 350? 325 Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
Do you start it hotter first or end hot?
End hot.
End hot. Holy! Nice, Scooter. Thank you very much for the 50 months in a row. Torino's right behind you. Happy 50. Thanks for being here. Part of our epic mod crew over the years. I suppose you're allowed to have a party alone with Jameson on St. Patrick's Day. Bonk just had his 52. What, last week, right, Bonk? Okay, so 325 Fahrenheit to roast our turkey in the oven. And for those pieces, I'm gonna say an hour and a half. 1.5 hours, and then we'll check it, the internal temp. And if we need to crisp up the skin more at that point, we can turn up the oven, right? And then I think one of the most important things when you roast a turkey is making sure you rest it for a long enough period before you plan to carve it up and serve it. The resting period is quite long for these bigger pieces of meat, right? So I usually try to let it rest for like close to 30 minutes while you finish up everything else for the dinner. So we'll show you how to do that. Okay, so that's the turkey. Next one, let's do our mashed potatoes. I think everyone has once upon a time had mashed potatoes in their life. Is there anyone in chat right now who's never had mashed potatoes? Yeah, pineapples are slippery, hey? When you cut them up, Bonk, it is scary. Okay, so our taters, we will cube them up. And boil with salt. And then to make the brie mashed potatoes, we'll go butter,
Before you do any more
brie,
talking,
and
or
sour
writing things down,
cream.
oven at 350.
Sam says preheat the oven. You said 350, but you told
Or
me
325.
325. Sam says preheat the oven while we're talking just so it can start to get hot, right? Then you won't be behind. And then I always like to do some green onion. Either mixed in or just sprinkled on top for garnish after. Okay, next one, our carrots. We've made these before on stream, but you guys might have not been there before. So we'll chop up our carrots into nice pieces. And then you dress them with... For this, I'm gonna do olive oil, just because my grandma has a lactose intolerance and we're making brie mashed potatoes, so we'll go a little bit easier on the carrots, but I often do butter. So olive oil, maple syrup, either fresh dill or dried, whatever you have, and then just salt and pepper. And those roast for about like 30 minutes in the oven. And I think we're gonna throw in a spaghetti squash in there too, just to get it used up. A little meal prep for the week. And then lastly, our gravy, which is quite a simple one. People make gravy all different ways, but I find that I like more of like a clear sort of turkey gravy, where we're just gonna thicken it with cornstarch rather than the flour roux. But if you like a really like thick and heavier turkey gravy, use the flour and the butter to thicken it. I just think by the time everything is piled on the plate, having a heavy gravy kind of just like sets it over the edge. It's just not as good as it could be. So for the gravy, the one thing, because we already made our stock, we will start to reduce it though, because you will get more flavor if you reduce your stock and concentrate that flavor. So that can be one thing that we just pop on the stove top, and let's say we'll reduce it by half from whatever we start with. And then it will be ready for us to just bring to a simmer and thicken at the end before we serve. Been watching this all Greek cooking show and there's feta in everything. Really? We've been watching, or like I got into watching this YouTube, it's called Country Life Vlog. And they're in Azerbaijan, and it's just this woman and a man usually, and they're like animals, and they just cook food, and it's like ASMR, no one talks. It's the heckin' best. It makes me want to go to Azerbaijan. Okay, that's it, guys. Away we go. Let's see how fast we can prepare a turkey dinner. We got the list. We're ready to roll, and we have a happy helper in the kitchen with us. You watch it, Wilson. I've been playing it a couple times for Samo these last few days, and you've been really liking it, hey? Put this pine snapple away, so Samo's just dicing up the potatoes. I usually like to do like a 1-inch cube. Oh shit, he already had the lids. And then just enough water to cover the potatoes, and I'll show you how much salt we use. You like to get stoned and watch it? Yeah, that would be a great show to get stoned and watch. I think we need to try a piece. It looks really good. Look how golden.
Okay, Rena.
Your list is there. Next, we're gonna do Turks though. Get it dressed and out of the fridge. Yeah, those acids, they start eating you too, Bonk. A little tingle in the side of the throat. Okay, so I kept this sticker from the turkey after I butchered it. This is what it was. So for the free turkey, it was 3 to 5 kilos, and the one we picked was 4.91 kilos, which I thought was a legendary pick. Hi, Mom. How are you doing?
And please.
Samo says sheet pan. Prepare the sheeting pan. It's also easier to just roast pieces of turkey, right? You don't need a fancy turkey roasting pan. Because those are huge to be able to, like, store places. Mom, thank you. Holy, slotting it in there. Torino was 46. Scooter was 50 months. Mom with the 47 months in a row. How are you guys doing? What are you getting up to on this Sunday? And hi, Weasel. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so Sam is lining the pan as always. One barrier just to help clean with foil, and then you can do a parchment, and then he grabbed this to pop up the turkey pieces on the tray so that the air can flow underneath as well as above. You get ultimate skin crispage. Because no one likes soggy turkey skin. I can't believe it's already St. Patrick's Day. Has anyone ever been in Ireland for St. Patrick's Day? I feel like that'd be so fun. You can still tell us stories of being in Ireland though, Mish, if you want. Was it really beautiful? I feel like St. Patty's Day isn't like nearly as crazy celebrated as it used to be though. I remember when I was young, people used to go nuts for it, right? Like every bar was serving green beer. You were in the US for it in 2015? Sweet. Going for a convertible ride in a bit. Holy, 18C today. Yeah, it's nice here as well. I think we're getting up to like plus 15. That's wild. Enjoy. How do we want to season the Turks? Guys, I was thinking of just like making a seasoned butter or something to spread over the turkey pieces. What do you think, Sambo? Do we need that?
Salt and pepper, and then
Baste it with butter, but don't put it on because I find it just runs off it anyways. Okay. So we'll just do some simple seasonings with maybe some herbs and spices, and then we'll baste the turkey with butter as it's roasting. There is no snow left, Mom. Like nothing now. Maybe in just like a couple shady spots, but it is all gone now, which is nuts. Butter, lemon, garlic, herbs, right? There's just so many different ways to season the turkey. So should I do, to adhere the salt and pepper, some Dijon mustard?
mustard, hot sauce.
Well, I'm not gonna do that for Grandma.
Oh yeah. Mustard.
A breast and a leg, and we still have one more of each. Just washing my hands and we'll put that back in.
Take off those Like, this is along the roasting time where that's even never mind. Sorry, Ben.
I've already washed my hands there, sir. Yeah, I've done that before too. It's especially good to do that version, Bonk, where you put the butter under the skin. If you're gonna roast the whole bird, I find with having just these small pieces, it's pretty messy to try and do that with the butter. So I will just do that little basting version later on instead. Whole bird it. Nice, Samovar. Thanks for sharing that Greek show with us. Okay, I'm going to accumulate some things. I think we'll definitely go garlic and some dried thyme and maybe just some like poultry rub and salt and pepper. I think that'll be delicious. Good one, yeah. Bonk. Roasting the whole bird breast side down. Most people think that's like so weird and wrong, right? But you don't realize that there's not that much fat under the skin when you roast the turkey breast or even chicken breast. But yeah, it slowly dries out, right? It's just sitting there in the hot air. So if you flip it over, all those juices are gonna run into the turkey breast as it's roasting and will keep it nice and moist. It basically bastes it as it roasts. It does the job for you. I also thought it would be fun to do turkey today because Easter is coming up. Start thinking about that. We're just gonna make a little rub mix in this bowl and then sprinkle it. Yeah, spatchcock I find roasts the most evenly and consistently. It can be a difficult one for people to do at home though, to spatchcock their own turkey. You really need a sharp pair of kitchen shears or like a cleaver knife. But I have started to see some butcher shops and even grocery stores sell it spatchcocked already. You might pay more, right? But at least it's done for you. Yeah, the bandsaw, right? Let me just take this to the garage real quick. Prefer the dark meat parts of turkey anyways, though. I do like having a mix of both when I eat turkey. But I will say I'm not like super particular. Right? It's not like, oh, I will only eat the turkey breast. I will take what I can get and then go from there. Okay, so that's our salt and pepper. This is a poultry spice blend that I buy already like blitzed up. I assume there's like savory and sage and a little bit of thyme and rosemary in there too. I'm not gonna go too crazy with that because it can be quite strong flavor actually. You'll do both too, Scoots, right? I'm not too picky. But I will say, if I'm like having the turkey, I'm picking it onto my plate and the turkey breast looks really dry, well then I'm gonna choose the dark meat, right? Because I know it's just a little bit more moist. You're just a turkey leg person? You just eat it like caveman? That's fun to do too. Usually there's some brave people in the family, right? That just take the whole drumstick. I'm just rubbing the dried thyme in between my hands. There. We'll mix that up. And then we're still gonna just rub a little bit of Dijon mustard over the turkey pieces to get this to stick on. And I just like that layer of crust that it creates all together with the mustard and the seasoning. Done. Electrifying radio. Thank you for the follow. What do we got in here? Give it a good shake. Gets pretty thick. Ugh, what is all on here? Did you open the lid? On the mustard. There's like weird sticky stuff all down the side of it. I'm just gonna rinse that off real quick. There's one thing I can't stand is dirty condiment bottles, you guys. Because that was my first reaction, right? You grab it, you're like, ugh, what is that feeling? Mystery juices. Speaking of Sunday dinner, your grandma did them for years, Mish. Your entire life you were there every Sunday, really? But she stopped now too hard after your dad passed away. She feels like there's a big piece missing. But can't you also say that maybe that's like the most important time to have those dinners? Because if there's already a piece missing, what are you gonna do the next years? But we always did that too. Like, not really now, right? Because my parents live somewhere else. But up until, like, I moved out and away, my mom would always cook something on Sunday, and, like, my brother knew that he had to be there too. As much as it was, like, annoying back then, right? It's like maybe sometimes you wanted to go to your friend's house or something. You can look back at it now and understand that, yeah, it is important to do those things. She just actually can't physically do it. Well, maybe someone has to help her, right? Okay, now I'm just gonna use my hands to rub this all over the pieces of meat. Can we fit this here? Yes. So, Mom, I don't know if you heard before you came in, but we're gonna make a turkey dinner today, and then we're gonna go to Grandma's after this and take her some foods and see how she's doing. Massage the birdly. And it's nice getting a little turkey, right? Because then it doesn't take as long as, like, the huge ones. Because we could have got a bigger one, but, I mean, it held us back, right? I was like, let's only get what we can fit in the fridge. It's all fun and games getting a huge turkey, but, like, if you don't have the space to put it away, what are you gonna do? Yep, I think Jima will appreciate the heck out of that. There's lots of love in good food. It can be healing. Alright. I think I might just use my little spoon here to sprinkle it first. So we did salt and pepper and granulated garlic and some dried thyme and just some poultry rub. Because this is a big piece of meat, you can go pretty thick layer with the seasoning, right? So I'll leave that side for now and let it start to adhere on. The salt will start to slowly absorb into the mustard. The turkey breast is really nice, I will say. It's like really thick. Sometimes they're quite flat. Okay, I'm gonna save the rest that little bit. Just give this a press on. So nothing falls off when I do a little flip over. So I want to season the other side of the leg. Looks awesome, guys. Thank you. Just do a little flip over. And use the rest of this little bit. And then I try to like strategically place it on this metal rack so nothing is hanging underneath. That looks great, guys. Just gonna wash up. Great looking breast and thigh leg combo. Thank you very much, Relic. How are you doing today? We're doing A-okay over here. Getting our Turks into the oven momentarily. Okay, so once we put this into the oven, I have it set at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna set, I think I'll just set an hour timer first, and then we'll check it at that point, and then determine how much longer it should cook and whether we should turn up the oven if the skin has to get more crisp. Break. And this is roasting in the middle rack in the oven, if you were wondering. Boom. Now we'll do a little cleanup before we get into the next task, which is finishing the potatoes in the pot to boil. What are you doing for St. Patrick's Day today? Just put our salt and pepper over by the stove. Oh, me going over here distracted me. Look at this, guys. So we found at Costco, they were selling the butter lettuces with the roots still attached. So we had one of the heads of lettuce the other day, and it's legitimately growing. So I'm gonna plant it into soil because I have some potting soil on the balcony. And now I can have lettuce for the springtime. I still have 2 more heads that I can do this with. You guys remember when we would do that on the island and just put them into the garden bed? It's the greatest thing ever. Like, yes, you could grow it in the water and it would grow, but you're gonna get more nutrients if you put it in the soil, right? You got some beer and Reubens, like a Reuben sandwich? My favorite sandwich ever. Okay, I'm putting the spices away. Wipe the board. I will say the flavor of the butter lettuce was so good. So I think we got 3 heads for $7 or something like that. Steal of a deal. Your favorite sandwich too? It's been years since I've had a Reuben sandwich. I can't even recall the last one I had. Was it at work? I don't think so. I think it was from a restaurant. Oops, wrong one, sorry. Sorry. Okay, so here's our potatoes. Just enough water to cover them in the pot, right? Maybe like 1/2 inch headspace there. So we gotta add some salt. Make it taste like the sea, so that they are not bland mashed potatoes. And then we can always add a bit more salt later when we are mashing them together. And this is a Yukon Gold potato. You see the skin is still on it. I really like to use this style of potato for mashed. I don't love russets. Like the recipe I linked says to use russet potatoes for mashed potatoes. But those are more known to be better for like baking and frying when you want to make your potato crisp. Because there's so much starch in there that if you try to use a russet potato to make mashed potatoes, that starch is gonna build up faster compared to the golden one. And that's when you start to get like that gluey sort of mashed potato. Not the best. I'm not saying that you can't use russets if that's all you have, but just be aware that they will go gluey quicker than a different version. Baby reds are also really good for mashed. Nice. Legendary dad. 68 months in a row. That's nuts. Thank you very much, Dad. Hope you're doing okay. Samovar, you tell customers at work that all potatoes are the same. I've also seen, I mean, let me look at this bag. That some of the companies that sell potatoes will like put, okay, this bag doesn't have it, but they'll put directions on the bag of like, okay, this potato is good for like baking and frying. This other one is good for like mashed and like soups and stuff like that. So check it out. But yeah, not all potatoes are the same. And that's why sometimes maybe it doesn't turn out the way you think it will. All right, so all we got to do for this is pop a lid on it. And then these will take about 20 minutes to boil on the stove top. And then we just mash it. Oh, I need a smaller lidly. That's for the big pot. So yeah, about, let's say leave yourself 30 minutes to make mashed potatoes. That's what I usually do. What the heck? Where is that lid? Did you take the pot out of the thing with the lid on it? What? Oh, it's on the counter. It must have had it on it then. It must have. Yeah, baby potatoes for roasting, right? Oh, so good. Pot lid bingo! Oh, baby. Nice, Sam posted you a good link there. Okay, so turkey, crossing off the list now. It's seasoned and it's roasting at 325 Fahrenheit for the next hour before we check it. Our mashed potatoes, cube, and we have to boil them. Other things for the potatoes though, which I think I usually get together later once the carrots and everything's in the oven. But we'll need butter, brie, sour cream, and green onion. I think we're gonna get into our carrots next. Get those all dressed up. Your pet peeve? Yeah, not being able to find the correct lid for your pots. The best sandwich? Peach preserves, slab bacon, and peanut butter?
I kinda wanna try that.
Did you make this yourself or you had it made from a restaurant? I know I'm lucky I have a lot of space for my pots in there. Because often I've like had them stacked, right? And then your lids are elsewhere. It can really get jumbled quick. You're right in that one, Relic. Okay, I'm grabbing the carrots. The carrots are so easy because we got like kind of fancy carrots. This is what I mean by fancy carrots. Fancy foreign carrots, we can call them. I hope they taste good. That's the only thing I always am worried about. With like, yeah, they look good. But what if they taste like cardboard? So let's see.
It's like not cardboard.
Like not the most amazing carrot.
But not cardboard.
Not cardboard and not that like weird kind of carrot taste. You know what I'm saying? Or it tastes kind of plasticky. Okay, so let's get a bowl. You know what I'm saying? Oh no. Guys, I might have got Sam into Trailer Park Boys. If anyone's ever watched that show. It's a Canadian show, so probably not a lot of you have seen it. What are we on, like episode 4 or something? Yeah. So now he's making fun of me. He's saying I'm like J-Rock. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
You watched that during COVID, Scoots? That's a good way to get distracted from what's going on in the world. That's amazing. It really makes me want to visit the like east coast of Canada though. You actually thought it was real for the first 2 seasons? The way that they depict it though, you really do think it. Like even while I'm watching sometimes, right? It's like, I swear that this was real. Okay, we're gonna line this tray next to, same way as for the turkey. Right, the carrots are pretty okay. Well, that makes me happy that some of you have seen it and you know the ridiculous that I'm talking about. Mish, thank you very much. I'll remember that for the rest of my life. Mish was the first bit donator for my newest goal, which I'm actually really excited about, guys. At first I had to ask Sam if it was weird. I was like, is it weird to put up a goal for a sewing machine? Because I want to start making my own clothes and stuff. And that is my next goal, to make that happen. You'll remember it as well. Perfect. And so I did a little research this morning about like the best sewing machine. And the one I found was like 500 bucks. I thought, hey, that's kind of expensive. But like everything else that I bought in my life that I found was expensive is like still in my life, right? It hasn't broken, it's still here, I use it all the time. It's reliable. So don't cheap out on things, right? If you want it to last the rest of your life, pick the one that is a little bit more expensive. I mean, yes, we all can budget as much as we want, right? But for this one, I want a good one, not just like a cheap one that's gonna sit in the closet. That's not bad for a good one. Here, I'll put the link to it. It actually looks unreal. I got really excited. It's a Janome, which I've used before as well. And like, you guys don't know this, but before I went to culinary school, I was going to university for fashion design. And it just wasn't for me, like the courses that I was taking and stuff. I just realized that like to get into fashion design, I wasn't gonna be happy. I just like to sew things. So I retracted that real quick. Grabbing our dill for the carrots. As well as the maple and the olive oil. So you made that sandwich, AM? That is creative. I like that. We literally just watched that episode, Wilson. Gonna get high, cook some chicken fingers, and hopefully score with Lucy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so enough oil on the carrots to get them coated because we don't want them to dry out when they roast. Maple syrup. If you don't have maple syrup, brown sugar is good too. Or even honey too, probably. And so when we use something that's sugary, just keep in mind you can't roast it at like a super high heat, right? Because then it will risk burning. Yeah, there is recipes linked for all the stuff we're doing today. Hi, Frank. So now as much or as little dill as you want. I find that dried dill is not as flavorful as fresh dill, so I always put more. Which is funny, right? Because they always say that dried herbs are like more powerful. Dill is one where I don't know if I'm believing that. Next, just some salt and pepper. And we'll get that coated and spread it out on the roasting pan. Ooh, that sounds so good, Bonk. We can do that with ours. I won't do it on Jima's. So we gotta watch the sugar, but we'll do it on ours. Sprinkle the maple flakes. So nom. These are carrots that we would make every Sunday, no matter like what we would serve it with at work. And we would like get in trouble if we didn't serve these carrots on a Sunday roast at work. Be like, why didn't you make carrots today? It's like maybe one of those times where we didn't get the grocery plane in time. It's like, I'm sorry. I have tried to do it before when we just had like baby carrots that were frozen and you had to blanch. So I would like blanch the baby carrots and then toss them in the same stuff. Not the same though, guys. It just was not the same.
120 people eat 75 pounds of carrots.
Yeah, 120 people would eat 75 pounds of carrots on a Sunday.
Plus
And the potatoes, how much?
100 pounds
100 pounds
of potatoes
of potatoes.
and normally 50 pounds of parsnips as well.
And oh yeah, because we'd always have 2 veggies, so 50 pounds of parsnips too. But look, so we've like made a caramel, right? So don't waste any of that. Scrape it all out. You make a caramel with the fat and the maple, whether it's butter or olive oil or whatever you want. And then we'll just spread this out into an even layer. Try to always keep like the bigger pieces near the outside of the tray because it cooks quicker, right? You don't want those little guys to burn. And then we'll save some room over here for the spaghetti squash too. We're getting it out of the fridge. It's time to cook it. Boom. That looks good. This one's really big. Let's switch that. Maple flakes, the most Canadian thing you've ever heard. If you guys ever want to try any of that stuff, let me know and I can send it your way. We can work out the cost for it. But they're pretty yummy. Yeah, Scooter still has some. Hi, Paloozer. Good to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Okay, done with these 2 things. We'll just move this over for now and leave room for the squash. You just woke up. I actually turned my alarm off this morning. Had like an early bathroom break. I was like, I am sleeping in. Turn the phone on Do Not Disturb. I'm gonna go a bit of garlic in the squash. Actually, I'm gonna go garlic and basil in the squash with salt and pepper and olive oil. You don't maple a lot of stuff, so you still have most of the maple flakes I sent to you. I mean, I don't use the maple flakes often either. It's only really when you guys talk about it that I remember it. Oh yeah. Feta maple flake it. This is my squash. It's quite old. It starts already? Guys, it's the middle of March and we got motorbikes already? Okay, so I bought this squash once upon a time when it was 99 cents a pound. I hope he doesn't fall. Like, there's so much gravel and shit out there still. Just be careful. So how we're gonna cook this, we're just gonna cut it in half. We're gonna drizzle some oil and seasonings in those halves of squash after we scoop the seeds out. Put them on the roasting pan, good to go. Roast it until you can scoop it out. Okay, sounds good, Mom. Have a good ride. Let your hair flow. Did you know that product code is universal in North America? I think I knew that from when I worked at a grocery store when I was young. Can we even get into this? I'm scared that it's gonna be like super soft. I don't know.
We're about to find out.
It's like growing another squash inside.
I think you'd see it too, so that was the case.
Right? Like if it was going bad, it would be softened and gross already.
Here we go, everybody.
Guys! It actually is growing a squash inside.
No fucking way.
What? I am the predictor of the future. That seems like a bust. I mean, I suppose if we were going for bean sprouts, we'd be happy. But this is a first here. We killed Sam. I'm gonna scoop it and cook it still.
Not a chance.
Why not? It's not moldy.
No.
Maybe it is moldy.
No.
I want to send this to my friend Gus and let him like go crazy with the fermentation part of it. So how do we keep winter squash then? Somebody tell me.
In a lot cooler area than what you kept it at.
How did it not rot, you guys? This is weird. Like, this shouldn't happen. It should honestly, like, go bad before it grows. You know what I'm saying? Ah! Okay, I gotta take Sam's phone and take a photo of it.
You want to say it?
You know what I'm saying? How does it happen? I kept it in the darkest place ever, like where the light never got turned on. I guess keep it in the fridge? Or it was already messed before I bought it.
Nope.
But I don't think so.
He kept his...
But people have also said that tomatoes will sprout in the same way, and I've seen that happen. Have you guys seen that? So there's something weird happening because this is not organic. So some part of like the GMO process in my mind is making the vegetables do this before they actually go bad. 'Cause that's crazy. So lesson learned, don't buy your squash a month before you plan to use it, I guess.
Or have a
Right? That's gotta go to a museum or something. What does it taste like? Hi, Greek. I'm not even tasting it. I'll turn into a mutant dude. I'll never be the same. How to store... Okay, so that's a winter squash, though. Summer squash is like zucchini and stuff. I don't think I have anything else to fill in the tray. Let me see. Nay, nay. So we'll just roast the carrots as is. Hi, Mickey. Happy St. Patty's to you, too. Hope you're doing A-okay. You store your winter squash the same way, though? Like in the fridge? What the heck?
That's the first time I've ever seen.
It's always the first here on Cook with Kate. Let me tell you. Up to a week, not a month. So winter squash is different, though, because it should be hardy enough to last you until like spring, right? That's why it has that hard skin and stuff like that. That's why we grow it. So for it to sprout like that, there's something weird going on. Interesting, Frank. Very interesting. I mean, the more you know, I guess, hey? Carrying on. Slight detour, but we carry on. Carrots are ready to go in the oven. So those will take around 30 minutes as well. And I'll probably turn the oven closer to 375 for those because I do like when they get a bit caramelized. Just like I said, watch so they don't burn. I would say anything higher than 400 degrees Fahrenheit, getting a bit risky. Yeah, Greek, we just cut into it. I've been like saving it in my little dark storage closet. And then today I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna cook it, right? I've had this squash for a while. And that is what's inside. Minnesota horticultural. 50 to 55 degrees. So yeah, it wasn't a cold enough space. Because when it's in an unfinished basement, yeah, there's no insulation. It was off of the floor. we kept it too long. I wonder if I took it to the store, they'd probably take it back. I don't know though. Okay, let's get into the things we need for our mashed potatoes. We're checking the turkey in 30 minutes. That's an hour. Without a receipt? Well, the receipts from that store, they like have them online through the app. Yeah, if I was trying to go grow squash, I'd be there already. It's true, Scoots. Just hilarious scenarios. Okay, let's get some green onions out. Boom. Brie. Thank you, Greek, for that. 40 months in a row. You guys are on it today. We have not had a resub yet under 40 months. Legends. Hopes of that roasted are thoroughly squashed. Thank you, Oak Oak, for that one. Guys, Sam's been like putting the puns out these last few days and I don't know what to think of it. I'm not used to this. Bonk has the 50-month one. And I think Scooter did too, yeah. Okay, 2 little green onions. And then this is how I always keep them. Just a towel in a Ziploc bag to control the moisture. And then you just do that all the way up. Yeah, Annie, please. Annie's doing his robotics competition this weekend, and then he will be back, he said. That reeks of dad, not daddy. Yeah, Bonk is all golden. So if we store the green onions this way, how long will they last? Usually a week.
2 weeks. Pull off.
Yeah, Sam said 2 weeks if you really like take care of the weird bits that are going bad under there. But for sure a week. Or the other way that you can store your green onions, which I see a lot of people do, but it takes up more room in the fridge, is the roots. Just flip them into like a glass or a jar of cold water. And that will keep them fresh too. So do what you have space for. Is there a platinum cleaver? I actually... No, there isn't a platinum cleaver. We switched to spatulas after. It goes from chef's knife cleaver to spatula. So just trim off the roots there. We'll pick off these stringy bits from the bottom of the onion. Those are really nice looking, actually. Yeah, right? I was gonna say that too, Greek. I was like, definitely not a month. Yeah. A spatula is more important. I was just trying to keep it like food-related utensils, and I liked how the spatula looked. That's about it. Next up, we gotta get our turkey stock into a pot on the stovetop and start reducing it for gravies. Done. Just get a small container. What's a spatula? A spatula. Torino, that sounds like everything I need in my life right now. Anyone comes over, helps me start up my air garden and sprouts, I'll pay you in pierogies. I just said that to Sam the other day. I was like, now that I'm eating a little bit of wheat again, I really need pierogies in my life. I think I gotta go to the farmer's market and go buy the pierogies from the Babas. Or there's some good ones at a butcher shop that my bro would buy. But I am not buying Chimo. Cucamelon? Those are so cool. We really got obsessed with those in Vancouver. We picked them up actually from the farmer's market because we were intrigued by what it was. So dang cool. Yeah, the Ukrainian market from the Babas. Greek knows what's up. Wonder if, like, because there's just the Ukrainian hall is like a block down the road. I should just knock on the door and ask if there's pierogies. Pierogies tonight? Yeah, right? Some kielbasa. Been kind of craving a meal like that lately. So this is the butter for the mashed potatoes. I usually chunk it up ahead of time and then just leave it at room temperature so it easily melts into the potatoes. And I'll usually cube up more than what I think I need just because it's easier to have extra than to pull the butter back out and be cutting it while you're mashing. No, yeah, there's not a lot of Ukrainian in Vancouver. That is so true. Come to Alberta, though. They are everywhere. It's true, yeah. You might not see the Ukrainians, but they're there. Okay, that should be more than enough for our butternut. Rinse that off. Get into the cheese next. Hello, Chic M012. I am doing good. How are you doing today? You love one piece? One piece of butter? And thank you for the follow. Do I think I'm a better cook than Sanji Vinsmoke? Who is that? I guess I should say no. Because I don't even know who that is. One Piece is a manga. A manga. Mish, your local store begun carrying a lot of Ukrainian products for support. And because of all the refugees your community has gotten. That's amazing. Have you tried any of them? Oh yeah, butter we will leave out. No fridge for the butter. Cheese, cheese, cheese it up. One Piece is great. So we gotta watch it then. Get that dill going, Torino. What the heck you waiting for? Look at this wheel of brie. Someone's been in here. I wonder who it was. There's no brie monsters in this house, is there? Yeah, the butter doesn't get to chill. You do? He just holds up his hand like this. Like, put it there. I mean, you do have to pay the cheese tax.
Cheese tax.
I don't watch anime or read manga, but it is something I've been saying that I want to do. Whether I actually do it or not. Ready? That was a great cheese throw. Okay, now I think I'm just gonna even it up there. Is it okay? It'll be alright? Okay. You don't put brie in the fridge? That's wild. But it doesn't last long enough? That's actually amazing, Samovar. I like your household. That should do it. And so we use the rind and everything in the mashed potatoes.
That's it?
Do you want... I was gonna do sour cream too. We don't have that much potatoes, Sam. It's not for 4 people. Or like 6 people. He's not satisfied, chat.
That's not enough cheese. You gotta double that.
There's like not even half of the pot is full of potato.
Yeah.
So this guy's going for a half potato, half brie amount on them. I'll let you guys determine how much brie you want to use. Do Canucks roll brie down a hill and then chase it? Yeah, they would actually. This one over here would. Okay, so back to Misha's soft drink. But she says tastes amazing. Can't remember the name. You threaten them with death if they ever thought of not carrying it. That's awesome.
Right, Bond? There's not enough cheese there.
What the hell is wrong with you people? You do that, Mish, and then you say, I don't want to hear it. And then you put that over by the butter.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what you do.
That's a halfway compromise.
Yeah, that's a good marriage, right?
Right?
It's compromise. I didn't just say, no, you're not getting more cheese. Right, Mish? Yeah. Like, don't get up or do anything about it.
Hey!
What? 1 part brie to 3 parts potato? At least. Yeah, actually that looks accurate looking in the pot. That looks accurate. Okay, now where are we at? 19 minutes left? We might have to make a little salad to go with this, I think.
Yeah.
We got lettuce. We got lettuce already washed. Okay, Sam says we're gonna make a German version of salad. Usually put a huge load of Emmental and French Gruyere in your potatoes. That'd be so funky tasting. Little bit of fried onions. What the heck? That would taste like a French onion soup. I want that. If you put hot gravy on brie, toot, and croquettes, do you call that a toupine or a French kiss? Hot gravy on brie and croquettes? I would call it a French kiss. Okay.
What the fuck's a toupee? Oh.
Because the toupee, yeah, and the poutine. That sounds so good, right, Bonk? I'm just washing off the board. French onion soup, mashed potatoes. So this is our broth. Let's get a little pot. That is in the dishwasher. Cleaned it. You've never put cheese in your mashed? I mean, we stumbled upon this brie mashed potato. Winter of 2018. Christmas. Sorry, Christmas of 2017. It was before we started streaming. And then my mom always likes to make a baked brie appetizer for Christmas Eve to like eat with berry preserves and crackers and stuff. But then you always have a bunch of brie left over, right? Because there was only 4 of us. And so we thought, hey, what if we just take this like softened baked brie and put it in the mashed potato pots to use up? My God, it was good. Like even the rind and everything melts away. I don't even know how that's possible. Pour a little bit more. Get that fat layer off. Usually go for vegan sour cream, oat milk, and butter. Vegan? By the way, this is where we're going. Show you what we're working with over here. Put our little gravy pot there. Potatoes are ready whenever we turn them on. Carrots ready for the oven too. I think after we check this in 15 minutes, we'll probably be good to roast the carrots. We'll see. Oh, you're dairy sensitive, so that makes sense. It screws you up hardcore. I believe it, dude. Trust me. I've dealt with that too.
That's fair.
I'll still love you. Okay, Samovar does milk, salt and pepper, butter, leave on the skin, sure, but never cheese. There might be something wrong with North Americans. Okay, this is the lettuce that I was talking about that I am regrowing. Greenhouse grown Boston lettuce with the roots still attached. So I've already taken one out and we've eaten one salad. Is this frozen a bit, it looks like? No. And then I was just really careful with how I trimmed the leaves around the root, as you just can't go too close to the bottom, like the core or the stem. And then it's gonna start to regrow. So we'll see what we get next week, right? Let's just say my green thumb is coming back. Cause yeah, that squash, I've never seen anything like it before. It did get a little frozen, so my fridge is like really cold sometimes. I even put this in like a safe place near the front of the fridge. But anyway, some of the leaves got bunged up. I would say that's enough for us to use today though, so I'm not gonna get into washing this other one for us. Has anyone ever had butter lettuce before? I'm gonna do a version that Sam's mom would make for a salad for him growing up. But another version of butter lettuce salad I really love is with like oranges and sesame seeds and stuff. Holy smokes. Make like your own orange dressing for it. I don't know why, but it's so good. Yeah, extra crunchy veg, right, Paloozer? If I put a pyramid around the winter squash, would it sprout or stay the same? I don't know. Bonk, maybe you should make up a cheese board for yourself.
Cheese board.
I guess the only reason why this lettuce isn't used a lot is because it is quite delicate, as you can see, right? Like it just got a little bit too cold and it already went to mush. So just keep in mind, this is not a lettuce to like pre-dress and bring anywhere. You literally, like, you make the salad, you dress it, you eat it. Unless you want soggy lettuce, right? So let's just tear up these leaves into a bowl. Ooh, good point. Great lettuce for BLTs. Cause yeah, it's like, it's got the crunch, but it's not very watery. It's not as watery as like iceberg lettuce is, right? And yeah, usually I don't worry about chopping it up because it's so easy to just break up in your hands. Greek. You guys are making me giggle today. But we're gonna use some ingredients that maybe not all of you have access to for this. I think Moggy is one that a lot of people can find. Yeah, that too, Bonk, right? I hate iceberg for the fact that it really has no nutrients in it. How did you feel having a Caesar salad with Boston lettuce? Did it hold up to that heavier dressing? Because I've never had Boston lettuce with like a creamy sort of dressing. It's always been vinaigrette. I've never tried the Maggi cubes. Maybe we can get them here now? I just have this little bottle that's like lasted me 5,000 years. But yeah, Sam says the dressing, so use Maggi, oil and vinegar, and then a spice called Fix, which just reminds me of like a vegetable bouillon. You use the cubes more than your bottled version? Do you use it to season stews and stuff though? I'm like shaking off the excess water in this sink. Because if your lettuce is too wet, then the dressing won't stick on. Lady Bonfire. You love iceberg, you reckon for you it would be best. You hate water, it has no flavor. So it has value? That's funny. It is the one lettuce I often just call water fiber. Oh, looks like Bonk is going to make his cheese board. Boom. Another container out of the fridge. I'm just gonna make the dressing on the side, I think, in a container. Let's put the lettuce back. Okay, so we got the Maggi. We need olive oil. The Fix. White vinegar. And we're going easy white vinegar. That is the cheapest vinegar to buy as well. Greek, are you still talking about the triangle or the pyramid? For ripening stuff? I'm gonna go on a little Reddit adventure after stream. Look up sprouting winter squash. See what I can find. No way, Mish! Hey guys, we watched this YouTube channel called Little Mountain Ranch. They farm in BC here in Canada. They just posted a video titled Making Feta. Mish. Let's do like that much vinegar. Maybe quarter cup. I'll have to watch it after with Samo. Okay, next one. This is what this is called. If you just say the words, Fix. And then if you open it up, like this is from Sam's mom, she sent it to us. It just looks like vegetable bouillon. And I would say that's what the taste is like too. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit. Oh, like that maybe? Yeah, watch party. Let that kind of soften up because there's little herby chunks and stuff. Little veggie bits. Okay, next one. We'll go with the oil next because you kind of have to imagine the vinaigrette. I usually go equal parts oil to vinegar. And then the Maggi also adds salt. And we've learned in the previous stream that Maggi also adds the flavor of umami. Which is like a flavor that makes you think, like, hey, this tastes pretty good. I wonder what this is. Couple squirts of that, and you're like A-okay. Maybe a couple more. But we never add anything sweet into this dressing. And I will say, it doesn't ever taste bad without that. It's quite balanced. Give that a mix. I guess if you wanted it to emulsify, you could put a little bit of mustard in. Starting to have some good smells over by the oven. I think the turkey's doing stuff. And I'll just take a spoon, a little bit of stuff on it, and try it. I think I can go more Maggi. It's always better to be able to add more than to be like, oh, I added too much. Okay. Samo says more of this too. So how to make an easy dressing at home. Because I'm sure if you go to read the ingredients on like a store-bought dressing, you wouldn't even know half of the things in there. I can't remember. Well, I guess we do have some store-bought dressings. We have a Greek dressing as well as a Caesar dressing from a brand we like, but those are the only two that we will often buy. Today's stream is directed by Sam from the couch. He's often sleeping at this point, and there's no words usually happening from over there. We've been blessed with his presence today, Mish. An extra 5 days. Okay, so that's it. Set that to the side, let all those flavors marry up, and we got an extra salad in our life. You feel overly blessed? Did I say your name, Greek? Okay, there's 3 minutes on the timer, so I'm gonna start getting set up to check on the turkey. We'll check it together, don't worry. Greek, you may or may not have gone down a rabbit hole. Or should we just say that you did? Greek went down the rabbit hole. I'm still looking at this squash that's sitting on the side here. It's the YouTube rabbit hole. I actually really love YouTube rabbit holes. Okay, this is what's happening. Look, there's some juices in the center of the tray. The skin's not really browning, but we're starting to form the crust. Oh, maybe it's browning a bit. I'm gonna check the legs. That's what's gonna take the longest to cook. We're already at 135. Check a couple different places really close to the bone. And then I'll go over here too, just in the thick part. Holy shit, and the breast is like almost done. And that's usually the case, guys, is the turkey breast, same with the chicken breast, will be cooked before the leg is finished cooking, just because it has the bone in there, right? So I think I'll turn up the oven now to 350 from 325 to get that skin browning a bit more in these last moments. We know we're not gonna need another hour to cook, so it's definitely time to get the potato pot on. We can probably get our carrots in the oven too, and like things are working. It's time to get cooking and finish this meal up. I'll put the turkey on the top rack actually in the oven now to crisp the skin. We're getting there. That was quick. But it is a small turkey, right? It's not a big piece of meat. So I'd like to check that in 15 minutes from now, the turkey breast. And then if it is completely cooked, so we're looking for like 160, 155 Fahrenheit internal temp, then we can pop it on a tray to rest while the leg finishes. All right, come on over to here. So potato pot onto like medium-high heat, let's say. We have our stock is simmering back here now perfectly. Should reduce by about half to make our gravy. And then lastly, our maple dill carrots. Done. We have for our mashed potatoes butter, our brie cheese, and that is it for now. Let's grab the potato masher. We still have to make the slurry with cornstarch to thicken the gravy. And we're almost there. We'll do that view for this. Masher. Cornstarch, get a little whisk. And a container. Was also peeking over here. I want to show you guys my starter. I think this is the most it's ever risen after feeding, but it is quite warm in here today. Holy, Goldilocks is happy. It's so good, Greek. Okay, we got our masher. Just put that over to the side. Yeah, we have like all the windows open and it's still super warm in here. Sourdough bread incoming. Next week, by the end of the week, I'm gonna try a loaf of bread. So maybe we'll do that on stream. It'll be 3 weeks old by that point. Okay, 1 scoop of cornstarch. I think I'll do 2. Hola, Mr. Fabrizio. How are you? And then just enough cold water to stir that into a liquid. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. We're getting near to being able to eat this delicious meal that we're working on. Just turned on the last of the stovetop items. The potatoes, the gravies. Really, Torino? That's so cool that there's a streamer by you. I want to do that. She brought you homemade sourdough bread, and yeah, it was a lifesaver, right? I'm thinking of just like offering things on my like Facebook page, because I know a lot of people in this city. Because yeah, one thing with sourdough, you have mass amounts of it all the time because you have the discard and then you have the sourdough which you have to use up. It's too much for me, that's for sure. So I need people to share it with. It should work, Greek. Oh shit, wait. No, the weather bot, for some reason, the command broke and it doesn't work anymore. We're sad. So I just turned it off. I turned it off. It's dead. Cookie tried to fix it, and we couldn't figure out the code that Vune used to make the command work. Way above my pay grade, let's say. Yeah, the bot breaks again. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, what else? We need a turkey carving station with a cutting board and a slicing knife. It's 14 here. I think it is around that temperature. Hey Siri, what's the temperature in Edmonton? It's 14 degrees with a high right now. It's wet and pouring there. Oh, Coke. I don't know if I miss that weather at all, but it feels so nice though at the same time. The rain. Wait, Buttock is saying he could figure out the weather command. Okay, can you message me on Discord? Just a private message. And I will deal with it with you from there. Maybe we'll fix it, maybe we won't. I'm still gonna have to make another stock from all the leg bones. It never ends. I've been making broth for like the past 3 days straight. You peeked outside and there's a bright burning ball. I looked right into it this morning. It felt great. Did Vue make notes for his code? Well, it's just in the Stream Elements browser page. You'll just have to look at all of the numbers, letters, and symbols that he set up. Are we in spring now, or do we have to still wait a couple more weeks until the equinox? I used to not be able to look at the sun, but I've been trying to get better at it because they say it's really good for you. Let's switch this up. I want to watch the stove at the same time. Sun gazing, that's the one. I always try to sun gaze in the morning. When I first started doing it, it was really difficult. You can only look at it for like a couple seconds and then it's like burning. You don't actually look right at it. Like you look kind of like past it or like by it. But not right into the sun, you crazies. Yeah, like you look below it, right, Greek? Like I just kind of look over by it. And you feel the light going into your eyes. I don't know how to describe it. But definitely don't look straight into the sun. It was kind of wacky, I'm sure. Like, I haven't read that much into it. I still think it's a little wacky. But I feel good doing it. Bonk, the aged cheddar is amazing. What did you end up putting on your cheese board? I'm grabbing the slicer knife. And then we just need a spoon. You can use this too. A spoon for the taters. Maybe tongs for the carrots. Belle, will I still get a food truck? I have the truck, but we're not building a food truck per se. It will be a traveling stream space, I think is the best way to describe it that everyone will understand. A stream studio on wheels where we can come and visit you guys, host pop-ups places, stuff like that. Go host a dinner at a farm one night, do different little collabs. That would make me the happiest. How will I visit you? So you have to make sure that when you're building the truck, that you follow the designations as far as like propane tanks and electrical, different things like that. So we already know what we need to do, and you're able to you're able to put the truck or van or whatever you build it out into on a boat, and it gets shipped over to the UK somewhere. And then you just fly over and you pick it up and you start driving. Bonk's cheese board. Brie, Parmesan, aged Havarti. I don't know if I've ever had an aged Havarti cheese. Extra sharp cheddar, Kerrygold Dubliner, water table crackers, and orange fig jam. That sounds really delicious. I think I'd be going for the aged Havarti, and the cheddar are very intriguing to me. The Kerrygold, I always see that at Costco, but I never buy it. I mean, I'd be down with all of the cheeses, but I think those two I'd be really into. And you did pretty good as far as like building a cheese board goes, because they always say like you need a soft cheese, you need a hard cheese, you need the fruit, you need the crackers. I guess the only thing you're missing is like a pickle aspect, right? Yes, yeah, it's those granular cheeses that I love so much. When you eat the cheese and there's those salty crystals. My goodness, that is like addicting. The Havarti's aged for 12 months. Bold, creamy, caramel flavor. And they have the crystalline in it. Might be the new favorite Havarti. Gotta find it, I guess. Gotta go on an adventure. Okay, it looks like the potatoes are just about coming up to a boil. Don't go anywhere. The cheese is made in County Cork. I bet you there's lots of good cheeses around that area, hey? Go make your sandwich. That's breakfast, right? What time did we put the ducks in yesterday? Like 4? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the power didn't go out this time, so it's actually accurate timer. 18 hours we're at. So we're almost there. Oh, it's Costello that made the aged Havarti brand. Good to know, Bonk. Thank you. You have a stone oven French bakery there now with all kinds of decem breads and of course baguettes and the best croissants you have. Wait, where are you at now? I forget this. That sounds insanely delicious though. In the Netherlands. We might make it there this summer, we'll see. Okay, so just popping the lid off of the taters so it doesn't blow off like a volcano. Maybe just turn the pot down a little bit from what it was. Castello is a Danish brand, Mish. So we're just coming full circle then. It's at a fancy bio supermarket in a rich folks village. The way you describe it is exactly what I would say too. And a glass of Riesling with it? You're living it up, Bonk. Proud of you. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, the timer went off while I was away. So let's check out the turkey again. I think I'll just check it out myself and decide. Probably the breast will be taken off to rest. Clicking on Misha's link that she put because I need to see this. Hello, Hassan. How are you? Icon by Castello. I'm accepting things in Danish just for you. I don't know what I'm accepting, but I accept it. Ja tak, if that's how you say it. That looks good. Okay, I gotta look for that, Mish. Thanks. I'm excited to eat all this good stuff today, Hassan. Oh, yeah. Look at that, guys. Can you see it? Can you see it over there? Come this way. That's my little Turk breast. I would say just by looking at it, it's done. Because look at how much it just shrunk up in that short amount of time. Defo. Okay, we are just going to put it on a plate, a container. Get in a container. And a lid. You could also use a plate with foil. The skin even browned up a bit too. I'll show you. Gently pick it off of the wire rack. Ta-da! Juice is running underneath. So now just do that. I'll pop the lid on, but leave it open a little bit to release some steam, otherwise the skin will go soggy. How's this? I was planning on just cooking the leg basically the whole time with the carrots, because I always find that the connective tissue needs to break down more. The only thing that we didn't do, which I guess we could do now, what do you feel, Sam? I also just have some like turkey fat that we could spoon over. We didn't baste it with butter.
I just put the turkey down.
We didn't baste it with butter while it was roasting. Yeah. Okay, so reset. 15 more minutes on the timer. Whoopsie? A bit. Not saying that it's like bad. A bit of a whoops. Just getting the brush. Basting brush. That's shrunk down to like nothing. So we did Dijon mustard, salt, pepper, garlic. What else? Thyme and poultry rub. That actually looks good, us moistening it with the turkey fat. That'll like soak into the meat too a little bit probably. I'm just dipping into the top layer of fat. It smells really good too. Okay. Now we can put the lid on. Right? That actually looks way better now. Nice. Yeah, with your cheese plate, bonk. Your apple slices. Apple and cheese. Great combo. Shall we poke the taters? See how cooked they are? So we can't get the Danish cheese here. Okay, they're tender enough to poke through, but I usually boil the potatoes for mash until the skins are starting to come off. So I'll go a little bit more. This meal is gonna put us right to bed tonight. That tryptophan. Is Samo the masher man? He's the masher man. We're gonna do it over here at the cutting board. Oh, he says he's gonna do it at the couch actually. Keep it accurate. Okay, our stock is also reducing nicely. I don't think I need that other whisk. And then we just thicken our gravy right before we serve. Got a ladle for the gravies. Oh no, you see my little thing is like falling over on the side here. Slowly but surely. Gravity! It just really likes that corner, I guess, hey? Yum. I was just creeping on Twitch seeing who's on when we go raid. Someone's making Guinness beef stew. And that is like such a great stew to make for St. Patrick's Day. Just a great stew to make in general. We've done it before on stream. Bonk, were you the one that asked for it? The beef Guinness stew? Yeah, see? Man, it's good. We haven't made that since last time we had it. There's just so many good things to eat all the time. How do you pick? You know what, AM? You like to get drunk during the summer? Or sorry, you know why I like to get drunk during the summer. Why is that? So you can trip on the fan? Yeah, that's probably happened once. Hello? Potatoes? Are we there yet? I'll put that back on. It's crazy how much heat that actually keeps in. Bonk, you've made the stew about every 3 months since then because your coworker pays you for it. And then you just have a serving for yourself. Legendary. That reminds us, or it reminds me when we did Food for Friends. You're a comedian, AM Radio? A stand-up comedian? Let's do one more poke. Food for friends. I'm happy with it. Loser. Okay, turn that off. I'll get a strain on that. We got 9 minutes on the timer until the carrots are hopefully done. Yeah, I'm a sit-down comedian ever since my fall. Oh no. Sambo.
Yeah.
It's you.
Guys, no Pokemon.
He's Pokemoning right now, chat. He can't. Ooh. Now you're making me want to go to this store. Did they discount corned beef at the store? I don't think they did that here. I don't know though. I wasn't looking. Steam it. Chat. Get your potato steams. So we always do the first ingredient to add to your mashed potatoes is butter. And I find that makes them not starchy and gluey when you add the butter first. And then from there, you add the brie. I don't think we'll need sour cream, but let's see. Let's see. He's not coming, guys.
I'm catching the Pokemon.
He's still catching the Pokemon. So I usually just do like a not too rough of a mash to get the butter melted in. And just get all the potato moistened. Moistened. Okay. That looks good and it's not like sticking together. Next one. The cheeses. He's gonna catch a shoe. I was about to say I've never done that, but I'm pretty sure I've definitely whipped a slipper at him before. But it's a slipper, not a shoe. Now we stir in the cheeses. I usually just kind of let it melt a little bit. See how I placed it around the pot? Just bury it a little bit to get it softened before you start to mix it in. The slipper is traditional, Paloozer? Okay, phew. Oh yeah, let's not forget about all the margarine I snuck in there, Mish. He lives. He lives to see another day. Do you need more butter, you think?
Yeah.
I didn't even finish asking the question and he's already saying yeah.
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 Okay.
Okay.
It really was a test question. And salt for sure. We got the peps and the salts. Do you want to put a towel underneath instead of that? So you can really bung it up?
1 or 2 spoonfuls worth of sour cream, please.
1 or 2 spoonfuls of sour cream.
Oh, it worked.
He still has legs. How do you say that word? A chancla? Hi, Oiliana. We just gotta stir up the sour cream. It's quite thick. We'll keep that for serving. When the chancla comes off the foot, run. He knows it. Tap it off. I'm stealing the paring knife, guys, because I'm gonna poke the carrots roasting. Poke the carrots. They're getting there. I'm not opposed to a carrot that has a little bit of bite in it if it's roasted. It just can't have that full-on, like, out of the fridge crunch. But it's okay if it has a bit of texture, not mushy. Is that good, sir? Please don't break the masher. We can use a spoon to take things off. So you're done?
Yeah.
Okay, we're done. Those are thick. Easy. I was like, what is that? Look like an onion skin. It's just the brie rind. Okay. Tap, tap, taparoo. Immediately end stream. Yeah, done. Okay, I'm just gonna put the lid on that, guys. Where did that go? There it is. It tastes like brie, and it tastes like potatoes. I actually like it a little chunky. They're a little chunky, but the potato tastes like so good and buttery. Back on. Where are you going? We're getting ready to carve now.
Okay.
Don't even start the Pokemon.
Not certain Pokemon.
You like them a little chunky too? I walked right into that one. Okay, sour cream away. Let's thicken up our gravy while the carrots and the turkey leg finish off. And then it's time for a carving station. Greek's telling me I gotta mix them more. Don't you tell me. I've had the fan on the whole stream, Frank. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just moving this camera really quick for you guys. You like a smooth mash. We've made them all sorts of ways here. I've even seen some people like blend potatoes. Okay, so that was my timer for the oven. I'm gonna take the turkey out, but we'll leave the carrots to finish. Cause like, look at that. Just put that on the side with the breast. Okay, so earlier in stream, we mixed up some cornstarch with cold water. And we have been reducing our turkey stock. It is now half reduced, so we concentrated the flavor. Now we're gonna thicken it. And you wanna make sure if you're using cornstarch to thicken with this slurry that whatever you're thickening in is simmering or boiling even. And then we just stir and pour slowly, and that way you don't get lumps. What is happening out there? I'm gonna switch to a whisk. What are they doing out there now? What are they doing? And then you can decide how thick you want your gravy. It looks like we might actually need some more cornstarch in there. That's why I usually leave it by the stovetop when we do this. I'm just gonna pour a little bit more in here. Yeah, I've never added just dry cornstarch into a sauce to thicken it. I'm sure it just goes into a whole lump and doesn't cook out at all. Okay, so mix that up again. And I really like to use cornstarch for the turkey gravy because it keeps it more clear. There, I think that is perfect. And then the only thing we have to do still is taste that, right? Because we haven't added any salt or anything like that. That's probably what was in it. We went to a taco spot with my brother and Finn on what, Tuesday, I think? For Taco Tuesday, and they had like half-price tacos and margaritas. So we just got one of each of the tacos. And one of them was vegetarian, like mushroom taco. And there was this like weird ball of clear stuff that I couldn't tell what it was. It almost looked like a knuckle or something, but it was the vegan taco, right? So I was like, well, it can't be anything animal cartilage. So I'm assuming it was just a huge chunk of cornstarch. that they didn't like whisk in properly to thicken the like mushroom taco sauce. That is like straight turkey to your face flavor. We just need a bit of salt.
MSG's.
You want MS Jesus?
Yeah.
The MS Jesus? And then we can just turn that low or even off. Okay, so that's the MSG. What? A very small sprinkle of MSG. It's a flavor enhancer or enhancer. A little sprinkle of salt. Mix it up. And that should be a-okay. So that's like the consistency of the turkey gravy that I go with. Really not too thick at all. Okay, last piece to the puzzle here. Just turn this a bit. These bad boys. Hello. So we're just gonna turn the oven off. And now we'll carve the turkey and plate up. MSG makes stuff good. That is true. No pepper? I wasn't gonna go any pepper in the gravy. I usually don't. Because I go pretty crazy with the pepper like on the turkey. The carving station. Okook says, I once had a really good velouté when Lauren and I ate at Pickety Place. Today you still can't figure out how they made such a beautiful glossy thick sauce that was clear too. Well, velouté is like a vegetable broth that is thickened with a roux. So that's probably how that happened. Is they just made a really nice roux with flour and butter and then properly made the sauce. That is my assumption at least, right? Okay. One Turk leg, which I still have to baste with the fat. So I'll bring that over to the stove and do that while Sam is carving the turkey breast. That's already rested. Dun 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 dun. What's he doing back there? She's been basted. Heck yesage. There was like no drippings even from the turkey. That's kind of crazy. You're already dropping it. Was that the first slice? Then you dropped it. Bonk. What are we gonna do with this, man? Get the chancla. Am I good at seasoning meat? Or am I good at seasoning meat? The garlic flavor on that, money. And the herbs. Holy shnikey. This is what I've waited for. Okay, we're gonna kick it old school with the diner plates. Till death do you part. You signed the contract, now suffer the consequences. It's our favorite meat cutter, let's be honest. It's the best one we got, guys. It's the only one we got. Okay, I'm stirring up the potatoes back here to get the brie rind mixed in a bit more. It worked, just letting them rest a bit. Holy. Don't forget the green onions for those. And we even have a salad. Oh my gosh. A little dry? Okay. I guess near the end, I was just looking at the texture of the meat on this end, but the end is always going to be a little bit more dry than the center. How good is brie with mashed potatoes? To me, it reminds me of like, it tastes like the farm. I don't know, it's got that like earthy, funky, cheesy flavor. That is so good. That is a very warm leg. It just came out of the oven a bit ago. So all I did with the turkey, guys, I didn't even do anything crazy with it. We rubbed it with Dijon mustard first thing this morning, like on stream. And then I just made a spice mix with salt, pepper, granulated garlic, dried thyme, and poultry rub. And that's it. Roasted it for... The breast was 1 hour and 15, and the leg was 1 hour and a half at 325 Fahrenheit. Don't burn your hands, okay? And yeah, the amount of turkeys that Sam has carved and like prime ribs and everything like that, that's why I'm saying like he's actually a phenomenal carver of meat. Like most people, when we do prime rib roast night up at work at camp, they'll just like pre-cook all the prime ribs and pre-carve them. So by the time you're like eating the prime rib, everything's well done. The Sam is the person that will sit on a stool for the 4-hour service and carve prime rib to order for people. And he'll just say like, how many fingers thick you want it, right? Like a 2-finger thick, 3? Most people are like, oh, just like 1 inch is good enough. But there is like definitely a science to it. And you have to have that confidence, right? Like most people will not carve the meat at a family function. It always goes to like the dad or something, right? Man, that leg looks actually so dang good too. Holy shit. I want this piece like right here. Oh, that's too big so it'll burn my face. Dunk it in this like juices. I did okay, guys. Oh, Mish says he's redeemed himself. Nice. Thank you for carving. Okay, don't go anywhere. Guys, I'm just scooping back here. I wanted to show you. Okay. Yeah, but don't get posted up anywhere. These are thick taters. I'm in. That'll be so good with the gravy. Do you guys make the gravy well? In your potatoes? Like I do? Don't forget the sprinkle of the green onion. Why did I put that there? That's where we're at right now. Get the carrots. Like all the baby ones. We'll do like one big one. Okay. Now we come over. He's licking the cutting board. It is tasty though, I will say. You haven't had gravy since Thanksgiving? I think me too. Okay, so then we usually go a little of each on the plates. Yeah, we didn't even get into the drum. Don't mess up the skin too much. There. A pile of dark. I'm gonna go like 4 slices. You can fan out the white meat if you want. The green onions have strayed. They're going everywhere. Stir up the gravy. $27 plate. Insane. I made a little well in my potatoes for the gravy. The other thing with the clear gravy is you can still see the meat underneath, right? So you're not hiding anything. Okay, Rob. We used to have a cat manager that if you were like 1 minute late for dinner time, he'd start clanking his like cafeteria tray and stuff. You're like, okay, Rob, go back to your office for a bit. Okay, just gonna take a photo, but Samuel's getting into his. A casino was offering for Easter $70 for 2 people. Sorry, what? I'm a good turkey dinner cooker.
Fuck yeah.
She is the cooker of foods. Just getting more light for the photo, guys. I'm sorry. That's actually nuts though, as far as like the price is. Like, who can afford that? I got this turkey for free. Happy! Thank you for the 200 bitlies, my friend. Okay. Finally get into it. Did you have a carrot yet? I'm intrigued by the carrots. Oh, nice. The way that cut right through. Mm. Mm-hmm. Maybe could have put a bit more salt on the carrots, but that's okay. What am I gonna do with this sewing machine? I want to make my own clothes. And then probably branch off from there. Don't know if I would make things for you guys to use, like in the kitchen. Pot holders, stuff like that, dish towels. I don't know how many, like, Thanksgiving, Easter, whatever, turkey dinners I have made over the years. I really don't know. A lot, though. It's still, like, it's always good. Even to have turkey, like, between those holidays where you often have it, it's a nice treat to have. So yeah, if you're in Canada, Western Canada, we shopped at Save on Foods, and they're doing free turkeys for points right now. Because, like, I'm probably not going to be celebrating Easter because Samo's away. So this is our little Easter together, I suppose. That looks so good, though. Mmm. That is the only thing I forgot, Bonk. The cranberry sauce, and then I was thinking about the stuffing. You're good? I love it with the potato and the turkey together. Right, you guys would be into Cook with Kate pot holders? Nice, Mish. You're having lamb for Easter. You got 2 legs for really cheap. Still, yeah, we still want to do the rolling tray. And that's kind of true, right, Am? In the States, like Easter, you always have ham. I think I remember that too. But a lot of times we'd often just switch up the protein between the holidays. I don't know where he's running to. Whether it was like, what the hell are you doing? Whether it's like ham and turkey or ham and beef.
You're far away. Yes, you watch me.
We need like a Cook with Kate blooper stream on a separate camera and channel. I swear to God. Because the stuff that like I can't say happens here for fear of losing followers, but is also entertaining. Right, yeah, because turkey is also not super popular in Europe. We always forget this. Just like bite through the carrot. Tastes like candy. I ate the carrot top. I just read your note, Oko. All the turkey I've had in my life was drier than the Sahara. Depending on who's the cooker of the turkey is, yeah, that can be a bit rough. I'm so happy I saw this in the flyer when we were going through it though this week, because it looked like a chicken, right, on the photo that they used. So you could have easily just passed over the thing in the fire thinking it's chicken. I was like, wait, free turkeys? Yes. So like we'll probably get free turkeys twice a year from that store. That's not dry. Oh, I've always wanted to see that and have it. The crown of lamb ribs. Misha's done it. Right, Pell? Because I think we got the green onions, a piece of ginger, and like one other thing from the store with the turkey. And the cashier's like, yeah, your total is $6.55. And we all just looked at each other, right? I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah. I was like, I feel like I'm stealing food right now from the store. Best feeling ever. So how they do it is, do your grocery stores have like a little scan sort of point card? Because we have that here basically at every grocery store. And so we just accumulate those points. We don't often like redeem them on other foods. And so us spending 18,000 points got us a 5-kilo turkey for free. And like you could have got bigger turkeys for more points, but this is what fit in our fridge, right? But for an example, Sam's like, okay, sometimes they do like the 4-liter of milk for points for like free after. But he's like, hey, you could have got 4 liters of milk for 18,000 points, or you could have got a whole turkey, right? So you have to think about what those points are actually worth. And to me, they're worth more for like getting meat or protein from it. So this is what Samo just created, packed up. This is what we're gonna take to my grandma. We're gonna head over there right away after we do a little cleanup. That is such a good takeaway meal. Ooh, I like that conversion rate. It's like, why do we live here, guys? Everything is so expensive. And also, why don't you guys ever come visit? Because everything is like more cheap for you. Okay, that's the stream, guys. I didn't even plate the salad, honestly. I might touch it tonight later. I might not also. But at least we inspired you to make a yummy salad, and we learned about Boston bib lettuce. Kanar's having a crazy St. Patty's feast, but I think I still want to go watch the Guinness Irish stew with bacon dumplings from Hippie Wayfarer. That's where we're gonna go raid. So thanks, my beautiful peoples, for being here today with us. I know it was a crazy weekend, but we're a-okay, and we'll see each other next week. Samo goes back to work actually on Tuesday coming up. For 3 to 4 weeks again. Or only 2 to 3 this time. Oh, I guess it doesn't just like roll over into the next rotation. Interesting. He might only be gone for 2 weeks. Let's see. All right, friends. So hopefully we inspired you with this yummy turkey dinner. Yeah, maybe not a full Thanksgiving meal, right? We didn't hit all of the notes. But keep an eye on your flyers. Maybe you can get a free turkey with your grocery store points too, right? And Easter is coming up. So if you're always struggling to think about the side dishes with your turkey, these two, the brie mashed potato and the maple dill carrots, everyone loves them. I don't know why. It's just a thing. Okay, so Friday 11 a.m. Pacific, we'll be back streaming cooking again. Other than that, guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend wherever you are in the world. And you know where to find us. On Discord if you need anything at all. I'm gonna hit that button. Let's go see how this Guinness bacon stew is turning out. Also a very good one to make for yourself coming up. Okay, bye! Love y'all.